Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of the Cartridge and Disc Podcast. This is your Gen X Gamer here, and let's talk a little ARCADE1up. I'm back, guys, after quite a few days off. I've been doing home remodeling for my daughter, and I'm still not done as we speak. I'm dealing with the swimming pool and getting these chemicals right. I think I got too close to the chlorine while I was playing with a pit bull, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, let's talk about ARCADE1up and what went wrong. This is my opinion, guys. Only my opinion. Do not take this as financial or legal or any type of advice. Take it as an advice of a layperson that is in the process of cleaning the swimming pool and redoing some flooring. How's that? Anyway, guys, listen, you could see this coming, right? The first signal here was the John D, right? His reassignment, wherever the hell they put him in. He's out there cooling somewhere. Let me say this. The business proposition didn't work. This is a market that is a very different market from when we started back in the day. Even a different market that 90s minds, right? And I'm going to be very blunt here with you guys. So if you guys are into nostalgia-driven emotion over these cabinets, you better hang on to your panties, because I'm going to tell you things that you need to know, and it's not necessarily what you want to hear. Today's market is all about being monetized. And you know what can't be monetized? Public relations, making you feel good on the internet. There's so many people out there, guys, that are all about, oh, it's this community this, community that. Yeah, between you guys make yourself feel good as much as you want, okay? For a business, for any business, their primary goal is to make you spend money on their product. A product that they make as cheaply as possible. Get that through your thick skulls. They're not here as your emotional support animals, right? There's no emotional support arcade cabinets. There's no emotional support companies out here trying to sell you products, right? It's just video games, guys. It's simple as that. And if they can't monetize their interactions with you, they shouldn't be doing them. That was one of the CEOs and John D's biggest mistakes. They were focusing on things that couldn't be monetized. And the things that could be monetized, they didn't pay attention to, right? They fumbled the bag. They really did, in my opinion. Again, just a layman's opinion. But I'll give you a good example of how they fumbled the bag. You have a good, large community here of people that all mod their cabinets. They willingly buy subpar products knowingly, just because of nostalgia, whatever, and they're willing to spend even more money to make them look good so they can flex to everybody else. That's just part of the market, right? Let's say you had somebody like any person out there making aftermarket products, right? Let's say Glenn, right? Instead of fighting with a guy, taking his designs or whatever the heck happened, it's very easy. You say, look, we're going to make you official, give us 20% of profit, and you charge whatever you want. We don't care. As a matter of fact, as a company, you can even make it even more profitable by saying, hey, if you modify our product in any way, your warranty is voided. Now, you're completely in the clear, because as soon as they purchase a product, install it, you're off the hook. They modified your system just like anything else, just like if you were going to mod your PlayStation or anything else, the same rules apply, right? But it really wouldn't be a problem in this market, because people are willingly modding their products and enjoy doing it. People are spending $400 or $500 on a cabinet that let's just say what it is. It's already overpriced, and they're spending another $200-$300, sometimes $500 modding it. Now you're into $1,000. Why didn't you just buy the cabinet? Well, because it's not as mobile, right? There is something to say for the portability. Let me tell you, somebody that just moved, for the portability of these products. The other thing that wasn't monetized was this online obsession, right? This online tournament community that they want to have, which should have never been a thing, guys. If you don't have the hardware to support it, if you're not going to monetize it in any way, don't do it. In reality, it would cost something like $10 to $15 to have something like this running and have the capital to do it. You could have done it as an option, or again, just farm it out to somebody else, and stream, or whatever service is out there. I don't even know. Right? I'm not in that area, but you can farm it out and say, we're going to connect through these people, do the same business proposition again, give us 20%, and we're out of it. You guys handle everything. Right? Now you're making even more money on the same properties. And they're looking at all this that they tried to do just as a waste of money. NFL, right? I mean, I'm not even going to talk about killer instinct. Let's just talk about the NFL blitz, right? Once you had football players endorsing your products, you should have never gone back to YouTubers. Now, the problem with the blitz is it never worked as intended because they overpromised them the machine. If they would have just made an NFL blitz, right? An NFL blitz the way they wanted it to be, right? And then maybe put a simple mod out there, made it available through third parties again, 20%, right? And you could have had the machine you wanted with all the hits, all the players, everything else. Great. If they would have monetized the site stickers and everything else, great. You can even charge a cheaper price going in because on the back end you're making up more money. Right? You can have made different offerings, but you didn't monetize. It's all about monetization nowadays, guys. That's the market that we live in. So, for example, let's say you buy an arcade cabinet, again, NFL Blitz, and I buy the base cabinet. Okay, let's just say I bought it at $500, right? $499. Let's just pretend that they made it that. They weren't trying to get all the money up front for something that didn't work, which is their big mistake. What if they made something that worked as intended, without the Wi-Fi, without the all online crap, right? Just make the games the way they were supposed to be run. I mean, emulators can't do it. It can't be an act of God to do this, guys. It wasn't that hard to make the base game, right? And then add everything else as extras to third parties. Monetize. You want to go online? Yes, it's another $10. You want to do this? Hey, you want the stickers? No problem. We got an upgrade package. Hey, you could have bought them for $40, but since we're getting 20%, it's $60 an hour. Whatever it's going to be, and we get our cut. And people would have done that all day without complicating things. There is no money in community. Okay, again, it's nice to have a company that reaches out, that does shows, what have you, but can you monetize it? No, you have all these YouTubers out there if you're going to partner up with them, if you're going to shill, be a proper shill. I mean, even that was half-assed, wasn't done proper. Let me give you an example. Let's say that I'm doing, I don't know I don't know why they called it Fast and Furious. It was more like Fast and a Little Upset, but let's just say you're doing the Fast and Furious, right? And you're doing pre-orders, what have you, and now you're going to have an announcement, you're partnering up with YouTubers. Let's sell the cabinets right then and there, right? Everybody wants to shine. Hey, I'm gonna pre-order my cabinet now. Boom, do it online. Have a $50 coupon, whatever it is. You make the promotion on these live streams. If it's on the ARCADE1up, right? You're giving away one then, right? And you want to sell X amount by that time. If you want to make franchises, for example, that nobody really cares about. Let's say, let me give you an example. Killer Instinct. That's a niche product. Okay, let's say you're going to do that with Rare. Instead of going gung-ho and trying to charge $1,000, right, and make it like a real arcade and then online play and all this crap, why not test the waters out? Let's pre-order, right? Let's do like a crowdfunding. Let's do some commitments here, right? Who's willing to put down, who's going to sign up for this? Let's see how much interest they have. Let's say you only have 5,000 people, and they're willing to put a $100 deposit, right? You don't take the deposit right up front. You're not going to do what Intellivision did, but you want to know a commitment how many people are interested in this cabinet, and you put the price right out there. We want to, in order for us to do this, we're going to need to raise, let's say, whatever the license is, let's say $100,000. And we need a commitment of $100 for every cabinet that we're going to, that we're going to produce right? And we need to raise at least 100,000, whatever it is. But you come up with a number and you can gauge the interest. And if you don't get it, then you don't make the console, right? And if you do get it, if you get enough commitments, that's when you charge them, the deposit, because now you're moving forward because you have enough for this license, and the company's not on the hook for a dead license. Because once you have a license, you can put out the game in many ways. You can put it on a watch. Who cares, right? You have a license. But there's other ways to do that. And there's just not enough here to monetize. It's a great sentiment, guys, in today's business to say, I want to interact with the community. I want to join the community. I want to do this with the community. Well, guess what? Whoever's doing that is going to take a salary. How are you going to pay for it? Right? It doesn't matter who's out there. It doesn't matter who's listening to this podcast right now. If you think about your job, if you did something that produces the company no value, if whatever your job is doesn't produce a single red cent for the company, you're not going to be around for too long. Because as soon as layoffs come, you're going to be the first one gone. You have to be able to produce something of worth. And if you're engaging in all this community stuff, how are you monetizing this? Is it our ARCADE1up club that you're charging $4.99 a month for? I mean, what is it? There just wasn't enough good ideas on here. The concept is great, right? The small arcade cabinet, portable and what have you. The prices got out of hand. The rest was poorly executed. It was just a bad idea going with unmonetized online play, right? Because everybody can complain about it, and it's underfunded because every time you do online play, what are you doing? You're wasting money. You're not making any more money. None of these titles, I haven't spoken to a single person, not one that would have said, you know what, if I can't play Marvel and Capcom online, I'm not buying that cabinet. Never. Not one. Because if you're going to play Marvel versus Capcom 2, whatever you want to play, you're not going to play on that if you're going to play competitive. And most of the old man cringe community, dude, we're getting arthritis. Nobody's being competitive on this crap. Gen Xers are getting arthritis. That's just a fact. A fact. Right? There's other ways to play the game if you wanted to play it. So it's just too many bad ideas that cost the company a lot of money. And what are they going to do now? They're going to focus on what works. They're going to focus on profitability. Less bells and whistles. More Pac-Mans. More stuff like that. Now, is there a market for what they were doing? Yes. Of course there is a market, but it has to be done differently because it's a niche market. It's a very niche market. And if you don't believe me, look at the sales of these cabinets that failed. That tells you exactly that it's a niche market. Man, and if I can get an NFL Blitz for $200, guys, I'm buying it and modding the crap out of it. Well, guys, let's see what the next chapter for ARCADE1up is, and let's see what other companies step up to the floor and maybe do something different. All right, humans, thank you for joining me once again. I will have more videos. Take care.